sure of it. It can come back. You come back as something, I don't know. Does it seem right to you that it would work? I mean, mathematically, it doesn't seem to work. Because originally on this earth, we only had, well, let's say 6 people. I know we had 2, but it's a controversial number. Let's say at one time there were only...
Right, Adam and Eve. And here's the weird story, and forgive me, but if it was just Adam and Eve, somebody had to have sex with their sister. Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Polo, and today we're checking out George Carlin, Death and Dying. Now, before we get into it, please like the video. If you like this type of content, liking the video supports the page. I really appreciate you guys that do that every video. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go.
Yes, you're all going to die. Didn't mean to remind you of it, but it is on your schedule. Yes, probably won't happen when you want. Usually comes along when you're not expecting. Generally, you have your stamp collection out, you know. Now? No. Just want a little time to put away your hinges, you know. No. There's a time to die, and it's okay, you know. It's really okay. Nobody wants to die. Nobody. Well, you know, most people.
Right.
Don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. Boy, if you think being sick is no fun, dying is really a pain in the ass. Nobody wants to die. People don't mind being dead. Being dead is great. But getting dead.
Right.
Nobody wants to get dead. So I hope I don't die. I wonder how often we think that, you know? It's just under the surface, isn't it? You go out for the day, going out of your house. I hope I don't die. It would really spoil the circus if I were to die. Geez, I hope I don't die.
Man, the guy he's a phenomenal actor as well, I'm noticing here. Because he's not just doing the bit, it's like he's doing a performance. And he's also doing some philosophy with it as well. I mean, it's more interesting than it is funny, in my opinion, but it's absolutely brilliant.
Comedians don't want to die. It's only a metaphor, but it's so true of all of us. We don't want to die out there. A comic's going to die. I don't want to die. Geez, I was dying out there. I was dying. It was death out there. And it was like a morgue. Oh, I don't want to die. Of course, if the comedian doesn't die, you know, if he succeeds, if he makes you laugh, then he can say, I killed him.
Brilliant.
I killed him. So it's either me or you know. Just like on the freeway. Yeah, dying shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be that bad. We're all going to do it. It's one of the few fair things in life. Everybody catches it once. And dying should be...
Everybody catches it once. I love that.
Shouldn't be that bad. We're all going to do it. It's one of the few fair things in life. Everybody catches it once. And dying should be fun. There should be some sort of a look ahead. I mean, after all, when you die, you're going to find out where you go. Haven't we been wondering about that a long time? Where the hell we go? Isn't that the biggest thing we have to wonder about? Where the hell do you go? I don't know. Joe thinks he knows. I know Joe thinks he knows, but Joe don't know.
Think about this. This guy's on stage with some morbid content, but he's killing here. You know, like I usually think comedians try to stay away from these type of topics, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I think this is dope that he's doing this. But you can hear how quiet it is, but you can tell they're hanging on to every word that he's saying.
You die, you're going to find out where you go. Haven't we been wondering about that a long time? Where the hell we go? Isn't that the biggest thing we have to wonder about? Where the hell do you go? I don't know. Joe thinks he knows. I know Joe thinks he knows, but Joe don't know. Where do we go? Nobody knows.
Yes, he's kind of hypnotizing, kind of.
Well, I think sometimes you go where you think you're going to go. Whatever you think you're going to do, that's where you're probably going to go. If you keep saying you're going to go somewhere, chances are you might go there. You ever hear those guys say, I'm going to hell, don't pray for me.
Affirmations.
Don't pray for me, I'm going to hell. He is.
I just had this conversation today. Everybody that I know that talked like with positive affirmations every day, there's people that I know for years and didn't have any money and things of that nature. But even at that time, they just always told themselves, I'm going to be rich, or I'm making this kind of money, or I'm going to be this place. Most of those people are successful. I used to think that it was a bunch of BS or whatever, but that is true. What you think you will become in many ways, especially if you keep telling yourself that over and over again. I think there's a post where The Rock posted that he was going to star in Black Adam, which is coming up, if depending on when this gets posted, this Friday. So I'm going to check that out, by the way. And he posted the picture, I want to say 10 or 15 years ago, as an affirmation. Like one day he wants the movie done and he wants to be starring in it, and boom, he's starring in the movie. So, and I've seen so many different examples of that, and I've adopted that myself. So, just speaking things into, the tongue is very powerful. So I guess how you talk is what you will become. That's the best way I could put it. But that's a tangent. Let's keep going.
You go where you want to go. I think when you die, your soul goes to a garage in Buffalo. When Monty Hall dies, he'll go behind door number 4.
Right.
Where you want to go. No, nobody wants to die. And part of the reason we don't want to die is because of that goddamn funeral. We've seen it. We know how bad news it is. That funeral is no fun. Man, if I don't like other people's funerals, I know I'm not going to like it. There's no way.
Oh man, that's exactly how I feel. I do not like funerals. I don't even want one for myself, or whatever. But I don't do funerals. I've went to a few, but unless someone tells me before they pass they want me at their funeral, I'm not coming. I'll show up at the burial and things of that nature. But funerals, I hate them.
That's because of that goddamn funeral. We've seen it. We know how bad news it is. That funeral is no fun. Man, if I don't like other people's funerals, I know I'm not going to like my own.
I love the way he landed that joke.
There's no way I can get behind my own funeral. Going to be lying there in a casket. They're going to put me in the box. Going to put me in a convertible with the top down. That's embarrassing, lying there. Mm-hmm. And everybody's looking at you.
Right, taking
You're
pictures.
Dead. And they're looking. You're just lying there still. People coming over going.
Right. The whole process is weird to me. This is why I don't do funerals. Like I attended some funerals and the people didn't even look like themselves. I was like, I don't even want nobody to see me when I'm dead. Remember me the way you last saw me when I was living, because I've seen some horrible jobs done in the funeral homes, so yeah. And it's just weird. People taking pictures and there's drama. I've been to funerals where there's drama. People are fighting, wives and side chicks are showing up, all type of stuff. So
they don't know that you're lying there with short pants on and no back in your jacket.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Embarrassed. And sometimes they'll come over, some people, it depends on your religion and so forth, but they do come right over to the casket a lot of times and they'll go like this. And they're silent for a moment. And what they're doing while they're silent is they're subtracting their age from your age. So they get a rough estimate on what they have left.
That is brilliant.
They get up and they say, don't he look good? Don't he look good?
I know where he's going.
You crazy? He's dead. I know, but he never looked that good. Oh, they say the nicest things about you. They say the nicest things when you die. Your popularity goes straight up when you die.
Right.
They say the greatest things there are that can be said. They'll even make stuff up if they have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was a real asshole, but he meant well, He's a well-meaning asshole.
So phony.
Yes, you get so popular when you die. All the flowers you get, think of the flowers you get when you die. You get more flowers when you die than you got in your whole life. All your flowers arrive at once, too late. The guys will say, oh, yeah, well, Bill is dead. Yeah, poor Bill. Poor Bill is dead, yeah. Poor Dave? Yeah, poor Dave is gone now. Ed? Yeah, poor Ed is gone. Dan, that motherfucker is still alive, isn't he? I wish he would die so I could like him.
Dang. I didn't know where he was going. I thought he was going somewhere completely different with the joke.
Reincarnation is another aspect of death, and a lot of people will tell you little tales about it. Reincarnation, coming back. A lot of folks are sure of it. They can come back. You come back as something, I don't know. Does it seem right to you that it would work? I mean, mathematically, it doesn't seem to work. Because originally on this earth, we only had, well, let's say 6 people. I know we had 2, but it's a controversial number. Let's say at one time there were only...
Right, Adam and Eve. And here's the weird story, and forgive me, but if it was just Adam and Eve, and somebody was like, somebody had to have sex with their sister, okay? If it was just them 2, because it has to be more than 2 people. And people ignore that. At least I still don't know the answer to that question. Like, how can it just start off with them 2, you know?
There are only 6 of us, about 6 people, 6 souls. And those 6 people died, and those souls went back to the staging area, and new people were born, and those 6 souls came back. We still only have 6 souls. Now we have 4 billion people claiming to have souls. Where are all these extra souls coming from? Someone is printing up souls.
I never thought about that.
And it lowers their value.
That is brilliant.
The more souls there are, the less they're worth, it would seem. Well, somebody's got to think of this shit, you know. How about the perfect murder? I've thought sometimes about the perfect murder. You know what you do? You pick up one person by the ankles and you beat another person to death with him. And they both die, and there's no murder weapon.
The guy was definitely high when he thought of this joke.
What happened here, Sergeant? Looks like a pedestrian accident to me. They must have been moving at quite a clip. Of course, if you should be caught with this perfect murder in progress or even after the fact, if you should be caught, you might wind up in death row. Death row. Wow. That's more than just fun, ain't it? I mean, this cat's there. Death row, man. Oh, well, you got that one meal, but that's not much of a consolation, is it? You're gonna get to order a meal. Big deal.
Every time I hear the word death row, I think of the movie Green Mile. If you've ever seen that, really, really, really good movie. It just makes me think of that.
No, why don't you leave me alone? I'm not hungry, man. They give you that one last meal. I say you can have some fun with that last meal. I mean, if you work it right, they got to give you whatever you want. I mean, short of elephant steak, you know? They don't want to start on a new elephant just for one guy. But they got to give you pretty much what you want. That's part of the humanity of what they're going to do to you. Yeah, you could just order something, you know, like maybe, well, shit, you tell them you can't decide.
No.
That's it. I can't decide.
Well, you're going to die on an empty stomach.
I don't know. I don't know if I want steak or lobster, you know? I mean, I really love them both, and I honestly can't decide. Could they kill you? I don't think they could kill you if you honestly couldn't decide. Lie detector, truth serum, the man honestly doesn't know what he wants. We can't very well kill him. We can't drag him down the last mile screaming, I don't know what I want. You've got to give him a chance, and then well, man lives. Imagine if you worked it out and you kept it going 6 months. Man's still alive, can't decide on meal. 3 years, 8 years, and then finally you're an honest person, so you tell them when you do figure it out, and you say, I've decided what I'd like. I think I'll have steak. Okay? How did you want that?
All I got to say is shit. It ain't going to happen.
Well, my feeling is if you're gonna die, you know, or if you know, hey, die big. Die big. Nobody wants to just pass away. You don't want to be a euphemism, do you? Nobody wants to pass away. You know, Arnie passed away. Oh, really? Yes. Well, I didn't know that. Well, that's the idea. On the other hand, Dave died. Oh, yes, I heard about Dave dying. That's true. I say die big. Give it a shot, man. Go out big. It's your chance. Die big. Work in a few posthumous reflexes for your friends.
This guy's very hypnotic.
Give them a show before you go. Entertain and uplift and instruct those you are leaving behind. When you die, give them a few posthumous reflexes. You know, the body does store electricity up. There's a certain storage of electricity, and even a dead body, a corpse, will occasionally go. And I say, if you have that potential after you're dead, use it properly. Pre-program. Before you die, pre-program some posthumous reflexes that will be entertaining to those you've left behind. Do something to capture their imagination. Roll over on the autopsy table. That's nice. Cross your legs, scratch your balls, do something.
There's some people that are just different in this world, like people that want to be like a mortician for a living. You know, I don't understand how your brain works, right? But I'm glad I don't have to do it.
Now, the only reason that I even suggest that you have a choice about what you can do at the moment of death is a very little known and very little understood part of the death process called the 2-minute warning. Many people are not aware of it at all.
In football.
The 2-minute warning. Just as in football. 2 minutes before you die, you receive an audible warning. 2 minutes, get your shit together. The reason we don't know about it is because the only people who hear it die. And I don't think we'd believe someone anyway if he told us he received his 2-minute warning, would you? Some asshole on the bus? Hey, I just got my 2-minute warning. You'd think it was a coach out on the town, you know? But no, the 2-minute warning does arrive. And I say use that time to entertain, to leave something behind. Do something with the 2 minutes. Hey, if nothing else, give a speech. Little 2-minute speech. We can all give a little 2-minute speech. Just pick some subject you're very fond of and talk about it for 2 minutes. I mean, tell them. It's your last chance to tell them anything. So tell them. Got 2 minutes. And I mean, wax eloquent. Rise. Bring it to the rafters. And then at the moment of the end, you say, if this is not the truth, may God strike me dead.
Oh, what a brilliant, brilliant joke. I was like, where is he going with this? Masterful. I can definitely see why people call him the GOAT. Okay. With George Carlin, it's really kind of like doing him a disservice of just labeling him as a comedian, in my opinion, because I think he's more fascinating than he is funny. But the brilliant thing about him is I think that if he wanted to be funny every 10 seconds, he could. But I think he'd rather just wow you with his mind, with the way he thinks and his things that he notices that other people don't, and his philosophies, etc. I think that was probably more entertaining for him to do on stage than just to make you laugh, because he seems to have the ability to tell a really long joke and make you laugh at the end, which is very risky for comedians to do, because if you tell that long, drawn out, boring story and you don't have a payoff at the end, then they're not going to trust you again with the next joke. And he was a master at being able to do that. So I think that Dave Chappelle does the same thing. I think he's like, yeah, I can make you laugh every 30 seconds if I want, but I don't feel like it. I'd rather make you think. So that's what I got for today, guys. If you like the video, please like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. All my links to support the page are below in the description. You can also check out my Patreon there as well. There's content on there that is not on YouTube. Have a great day. Peace.